Hey, Red Man in the building. Fan. Hey, I want to take this time out to congratulate the Yolo Rum Team. I said congratulations to the fucking Yolo Rum Team. I heard you motherfuckers have got 27 international awards. Woo! 27 international awards? What the fuck is that? Y'all motherfuckers been putting in work. So congratulations on 27 international awards. And y'all are really, on some real shit, y'all are really getting the brand out there. Congratulations. It takes a lot of work. It takes quality control of your work to get 27 international awards. You motherfuckers are working. This is booked by your boy Wiggins. Your boy Wiggins said y'all the fucking best. So thank him. Congratulations again to the Yolo Rum Team. And why is all the rum gone? Why the fuck is all the rum gone?
Yolo Podcast, I'm Wiggins, with me Phil Guerin, the founder of Yolo Rum, and it's another episode of the Yolo Podcast.
Hello everybody, thank you guys for joining us today.
Yeah, so in this episode, I sit down with DJ Tanastadi. He's a Colorado DJ, he's been on the scene forever, but he's worked his way up to Vegas. I mean, it's kind of the epitome of YOLO.
YOLO,
100%.
and he's from Colorado, that's awesome.
So it's the Yolo Podcast, let's get right into it. My interview with DJ Tanastadi. The guy who represents YOLO to the fullest, especially on the music scene, DJ Tanastadi. He's with me right now. Welcome to the show, man.
Thank you for having me.
Dude,
I'm super excited.
It's been a long time.
I know, too long.
I
it's
know.
just because of the traveling, but we still keep in communication as much as we can, but
yeah.
Definitely.
Well, so let's get into Vegas, because I think that's almost like chapter 11.
Okay.
How did you know that music was your life? How did you get into this world as just being a DJ and know that that's what you're going to be able to do?
Well, I didn't know, honestly. I mean, I had my goals like everybody else does. First was, hey, I want radio. I've always wanted to be on the radio as a kid.
Like a DJ.
Yeah, and then, because when I grew up, my dad was teaching me all the instruments and whatnot, but I still wanted to be a DJ. And radio was a big thing for me. I wanted to do that and, the clubs and stuff, but everything just happened the way it happened, and it went so fast that I just had to keep rolling with the punches, and every goal I've ever set, I exceeded. And I couldn't just stop, I couldn't settle. And it was so every year I have to make more goals.
Wait, so did you get a turntable? Like, what turned you on to, and who taught you even that process of being a DJ?
Honestly, my first turntable I got from a homie in high school.
Okay.
Right? And I broke it an hour later. So, and I waited so long. I was like, you know what? My homie was like, dude, I got these decks.
You wait after school, you're ready to go home.
I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
He's like, you want to buy them? I'm like, yeah, I want to buy them. I take them home. And literally, I put on a scratch record or something, and I was like, I'm gonna battle them, just me and some.
Did you
some
have
record.
any idea? Well, obviously you broke it. So.
Well, I broke it because I didn't understand.
Yeah.
Because every turntable came with that rubber slip mat. Mm-hmm. I didn't know I was supposed to take that shit off. So I was like going hardcore, and it was a belt drive, so I didn't know the difference between belt and direct at the time, and it fried it.
Yeah.
Right off the bat, but. That kicked it off. So, I mean...
That 10 seconds that you got...
Yeah, because, big ups to my homie Seth, that kicked it off. I was like, you know what? This is it. I knew this is what I wanted to do. So, after I broke it, I was working a part-time job in high school or whatever. That next check went straight to turntables.
Yeah.
For sure, and that was it. But I got stuck in limbo for a minute because DJing at the time was...
Because how old were you when you got that first turntable?
15, 16.
15, and then you thought you could make money off of that as you got better and better as time went on?
I don't think it was the money portion yet, because it was a passion first. Because I knew that I'm not gonna make money unless I'm good at it.
Yeah.
It's like anything else, like skateboarding or anything else.
You have to practice and practice.
Yeah, you're gonna get hurt, you're gonna fall down, you just have to get back up. And like I said, the spark was there, and I was like, okay, I gotta do this. But like I said, I got stuck for a minute because records were expensive. I'm a teenager, and I'm still like cars
Yeah.
and eating. I didn't know anything about budgeting.
Yeah.
You know,
So
I
you're
was-
buying the vinyl records.
Yeah. So and obviously it was 2 of each, and it was everything like $5, $3.
Now what are
each.
you buying? You're buying one that's like
Singles.
instrumental. Oh, you're just buying
Yeah.
singles.
Well,
and-
when you buy the single, it comes with instrumental, acapella, clean, dirty, or the normal. But that's
See,
only
I didn't know
one
that.
song.
But on the vinyl, it comes.
Yeah,
with
yeah,
that.
it's
Oh,
a
that's
single.
cool.
So but that's only one song.
Yeah.
So that's 3 minutes. So being on radio, 3 minutes doesn't last,
That's nothing.
and especially if you mix it, so that's
Yeah.
almost cut almost in half. So for a minute there, it was just hard because I didn't feel like I had enough content.
And you're doing the same song over
Yeah,
and
yeah.
over. You're like, I'm really
But-
getting this down.
When I started too, it was either the battling, so the scratching. So I really didn't need very many records, just a whole bunch of instrumentals. And then I was kind of into like the trance techno thing because it was like the hot thing for me to do because I was
yeah.
Asian in high school, or whatever. But that
No stereotype.
yeah, no stereotype. But that got really boring for me.
Yeah.
128, 125 all day. I'm like, well, I burned through these records so quick because that's all it was, So I got tired. But the hip hop thing, and they were making those records with multiple hits on it.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Almost like Jock Jam, stuff like that. But it was like strictly hits, and you can get like 12 songs then per. So I was
Like the
oh.
hits now type of thing,
Yeah,
but for a DJ.
Exactly.
Yeah, yeah.
But you're like, oh, I want 4 of these, and I'm like, okay, well now I'm at like an hour.
Yeah.
But most parties are like
3 hours, and you just gotta get to that third hour.
But so
then,
I think that's what was holding me back. And then
wait, so you weren't doing parties or anything at that point?
I was,
okay.
but it was like so ghetto fabulous.
Yeah.
Because I was like, I had a computer, I had a CDJ, or even a CD player, not even a CDJ, and a turntable. So I was like trying to make things work.
Yeah.
Because I couldn't, Napster, all that stuff. I still had like hella songs, but I was like, well, how do I make this work?
Oh, that had to change your life when Napster and what was the other one? God, the LimeWire.
Yeah.
LimeWire was awesome, and then
Hey,
there was
I
another
pay for
one.
all my music.
now,
by the
now,
way.
yeah, kids don't know how awesome they have it. You pay $10 and you get every song you ever want.
Yeah.
Like, I was just hoping I could download 10 songs and not get a virus,
Right. But I still had that collection. We all have music somehow,
Yeah.
some way. So I was just trying to piece it together, and that, like I said, that held me back because I didn't feel like I had enough content. So I just kept going, and then.
Are you hanging out with other DJs at this point?
No, I felt like I was the
reputation?
only
Okay.
DJ. And that's how you feel back in the day, like right before YouTube, all that stuff, because you're like, dang, I don't know anybody.
Yeah.
Social media was just getting started because
Yeah.
we're so old, and I didn't know nobody, so I was self-taught for sure, and I was just honestly by ear.
Because most kids now, they'll go on YouTube and they'll see how people are doing.
Right,
and,
right, and
yeah.
we didn't have
any of that. Yeah.
So I was listening by ear, so I had a whole bunch of mixtapes all the time that I was acquiring, but I was like, oh, well, that sounds awesome. How do I replicate that, or how do I duplicate it, or whatever? And that's how I did it. Stuff like Return of the Mac. They had that at the end, there was a cut, and I was like, oh, I want to learn how to do that.
Yeah.
So I'd loop that and try to mimic it, and that's how I learned.
And so at that point, when you get a little bit of a name, is that just from going to clubs? Is that just from going to opening up for acts? How did you even get into that role to where people started to be like, oh, that's Tanastadi?
Well, that like I said, that was a shot out of a gun thing because, like I said, I was married. After the divorce, there was a big snowstorm, right? And long story short, I was online just looking up stuff, and I came across a DJ Chones video.
Wow.
It was DJ Chones, the man right there. It was.
Yeah, he is the OG
Yeah.
DJ of Colorado.
It was his
no
like
joking.
Channel 9 or something interview or something, right? And he was just like, oh, I don't have to mix records anymore. I have a computer. Put all my music on the computer. I'm like, well, I have a computer.
Yeah.
I have a whole bunch of music that I have on my computer.
Okay, now you know that we're old when 9 News is doing a story how you could put music on a computer. Like
Right.
that's
So that was it.
Yeah.
That was it. What I've been waiting for, because I have music, I have it all on the computer, but this program changed my life.
So did you reach out to Chones? You just got the program?
No, I the next paycheck, I bought the program. I worked with it for a little bit, and then I did a house party that led me to meet somebody that knew somebody in the club. Obviously,
somebody that knew somebody, yeah.
And it was the Roxy.
Oh wow.
So that was like my first club gig and first flyer, and that was my birthday too. So it was like one thing after another, and then
Were you nervous? I mean, going to your first club, not really having done that before.
The performance anxiety is always going to be there, but I was always like I said, my dad growing up, he was having me perform. I was doing like covers and stuff in Thai and you know, whatever. But so I wasn't too nervous, but I was.
You were used to crowds, basically.
But I still thought I was, you know, I'm okay at it, so let me try it.
So you go to the Roxy. It's your first night there.
Roxy, I met the guy. He was DJing with me there. He introduced me to Chones. He knew Chones. So he took me to the record pool. Chones had a record pool at the time. I needed music.
What was the record pool for?
Yeah, it was he was giving out vinyl and MP3s.
Chones was?
Chones was.
Wow.
So him, Tony B.
Oh,
had
this
a
was the
record pool.
station? This was with KS or this?
No.
Those two always do things.
Oh my God, the hustle.
The hustle, yeah.
The hustle. I have my hustle, but I adapted and I learned a lot about their hustle, and I met them through that, and it's been amazing since then because. You know, Chones would come out, listen to me play at like the Roxy or whatever, and I got my shot, like, because they were on radio, so I was like, well, how do I get in? But, you know, there's only a certain amount of slots all the time on radio.
All the time.
So I had to
Even
wait.
now it's like fewer and fewer slots than ever before.
I had to wait till somebody either quit or got fired. And the first time somebody did quit, I didn't get that spot.
Yeah.
You know, I put my mix in, it just wasn't right yet. And another spot came.
Now, do you get feedback? Did they tell you, hey, this?
Chones did.
Chones did.
But,
okay.
you know, at the time, there wasn't a lot it wasn't completely play these 7 songs. You know, it was, hey, I'm going to give you 3 songs. You
interpret it as an
figure it
artist,
out.
as a DJ.
Yeah. He gave me a formula, and I just had to plug it in, and it finally, you know, somebody left again. I put in my mix, and that was it. That was the start because I got my first club that year, and that's when I met Chones, got the radio, and then after.
Did you tell him I saw you on TV and you inspired me? Or
honestly, Chones hated me. I swear to God, you hated me, bro. It was just one of those things. It was tough love. I appreciated that tough love.
Yeah.
Because it still made me who I am, and it humbled me down because I was young.
Yeah.
You know, young and dumb, and I wanted it so bad. I was so hungry that I was gonna do anything.
So if I remember trying to give my air check to, which was like a recording of you trying to be on radio, and you give it to the PD, and I would push for it like every day almost, and so everyone was like, calm down, like you're gonna annoy him, you're gonna bug him, and you think you're so good, but when you look back 10 years later, you're like,
God.
oh, I wasn't ready, or oh my God, like
I definitely wasn't
it's totally
ready.
different.
I mean, that even goes into the Vegas talk. Like, at the time, I thought I was the shit. You know what I mean?
When you
Vegas.
got into
yeah,
Vegas,
when I was going to Vegas. I was
So
like,
you worked at the station for a while. You were there mixing, a lot of good things happening. At that point, I imagine you got the events, the clubs, the summer jam.
I mean, at that point, I pretty much hit all clubs and bars in Colorado.
And then Vegas happened because what led to that? Someone in Denver was like, oh.
I felt like I was a big fish in a small pond, you know, and I was like, I've done everything here. Where do I go from here? What do I want? Like I said, after I exceed that goal of being in the clubs, like Beta or whatever at the time was just like the biggest thing. Like, where do I go?
Now, do you think that's arrogance or just hunger to be bigger?
I mean, I guess everybody has their own definition of success, right? And I thought every time I make these goals that, oh, that's my successful stopping point. Every time I get there, I'm not satisfied. So, okay, what do? I'm gonna go to Vegas because that's like the capital of party, you know?
Yeah.
And okay, I'm gonna go there. I wanna do this. Every time we go on trips there, I'm like, I wanna be that guy up there.
Yeah, on the screen, like all lit up.
You know, and I was like, you know what, that's my next move. I mean, what else can I do? If I can make it in Vegas, I can make it anywhere.
Yeah.
You know, and Colorado, like I said, it was just
especially
like,
for a DJ. I mean, that's the.
But that was right when all that big, like the trend of a DJ became really big, you know, in the EDM scene, and everybody wanted to be a DJ now all of a sudden. So that made it even harder because that hit right when I went to Vegas. But I got humbled. First week, definitely humbled because you go out there and they're on a whole different level. You know, they're catering to the world because people come from all over the world to Vegas. Man, their DJing skills were just putting me to shame. I was back to square one again. And that humbled me so much.
And you saw it as soon as you went in and you heard them? Or
yeah. I was there for a month, and after I moved out there, and I was just like, I'm nothing.
And you didn't have a gig at that point. Was this
Oh,
literally you just saying, I'm moving out here?
No,
and I want
I got connected because obviously I was doing a lot here, so I was bringing in some talent from out of state to help, and they were like, hey, you know, you're actually pretty good. We have a talent agency out in Vegas. Do you want to be a part of it? I was like, oh. So that's what it was like, okay, I'm not going to go just to go. I actually have work.
Yeah.
And that's what helped me.
So what happened? You're watching those DJs. You're realizing, oh my God, I'm out of my element. I need to get to a certain point. You're teaching yourself again. You're watching them. What did you do?
I was just going out. I mean, it was so hard. But I was going out.
I was going to the strip. Yeah.
But it's all networking. So I network with the people that are hot. You know, hey, can I meet this person? And so somebody
So you'd
always
have to
knows
tell
somebody.
Oh, somebody knows somebody. Okay.
Somebody always knows somebody. Like, hey, does anybody know this guy? Does anybody know this guy? And of course, I know a lot of DJs. So yeah, I introduce you, and I just became friends with so many people out there.
Which is so, I say it a lot, but it's like, it's so important to network and never burn a bridge, and to always, because the same thing I told Jones, the same thing I tell you, is like, we might not have talked in person for 9 years, but we're still supporting each other, to where when you come in here after that 9 years of not talking, we're able to catch up and see, oh, hey, what's going on? Oh, that's crazy. And you see, when you don't talk to someone for 9 years and you see how much they evolve, and you remember, because we started in the station at the same time pretty much. I remember sitting in that room, that purple room, just shooting the shit, talking about, hey, did you see that new iPhone's coming out?
Oh my God, man. I was like, Serato just came out with another button, bro. This mixer is awesome. Yeah.
But it's cool to just see you evolve to that point, but it's important not to network, just like you're saying, because you probably
networking is everything.
in person, not online necessarily.
Yeah, you have to go and shake babies and kiss hands. Like,
Yeah.
you know,
No, totally.
it's the way to go, because somebody knows somebody, and they're gonna have to open that door for you or introduce you. Because if not, it's gonna be harder to knock on somebody's door with no backing. You know what I mean?
So you weren't even necessarily at big clubs when you're in Vegas. Once they gave you the gigs, you had to work your way up.
Right, but the agency I was with was a part of all like MGM resorts. So I was already doing Mandalay, Luxor, you know, everything that was part of MGM. So I was grateful, but it was like the pools, the center bars. So, but you know what? Every person that's made it in Vegas started there.
Yeah.
Because the talent, the person that was hiring talent or whatever was probably at that center bar, having a drink before the shift or whatever. So it's all about timing. And that's all it is. It's timing, networking, being at the right place at the right time, just all that. Everything just keeps going, man. And you know, next thing you know, I have like billboards in Vegas.
You got what you wanted.
I did. And that was my goal.
Yeah.
It's like, I want a billboard.
Yeah.
Man, that'd be so cool, because that's a big deal.
Yeah.
You know, hey, I have like 17 billboards in Las Vegas.
So your problem is, once you hit your goal, you have to make another goal for yourself. So it's the same thing here. You hit your goal, you did everything you wanted to accomplish in Colorado. Okay, I'm gonna go to Vegas. Okay, you start over. All right, you hit your goal in Vegas. So now let's jump to the goal where you're at now, because you're on XM. How did that relationship form? Was that because of Vegas?
Oh yeah, because of Vegas, because I met somebody in Vegas that knew somebody at DJ City. And you know what I mean? And I got to meet him personally with some retreats that came into Colorado. It was the first one ever in Colorado. Yeah. So I'm like, well, man, look at all these things that are lined up again.
Yeah.
You know, and I met this guy, and he trusted the word of my homie, and here I was. Now I'm doing XM radio.
You're still doing it.
It was a guest mix, but you know, hopefully you guys bring me back.
Yeah, exactly.
But that's big, because radio here is big, you know, but within our state. You know what I mean? And when I go XM, that's worldwide.
That's worldwide, yeah.
So and everything gets you know, cleared, so there's no music piracy, or you know what I mean. Everything gets cleared, so they won't take my mix down.
Yeah.
You know, and that's the best thing. So it's just, everything just keeps getting bigger. I mean,
What's the next goal then?
Maybe that Asia tour.
Yeah.
You know, maybe we'll go to Asia.
Yeah.
You know, honestly, I've been doing a lot more production too. So I've been getting a lot of people. You know, I do edits also, and a lot of people love it, because.
What's that one?
So it's like, if I take the song and we only like the third verse is hot. So I'm gonna make an edit, just to play the third verse. So I don't actually have to go in there and do some crazy stuff in the club. It makes my life a little easier, but people love that stuff because, oh, I didn't think of that. And why didn't I do that?
Well, and we're an ADD generation, so we're like, just get to the point.
Right,
Just get to the good part.
So, stuff like that. So people love that. And then I'm trying to produce my own stuff because I guess that's the goal, is to become an artist and then play my stuff.
Yeah.
Because I'm playing everybody else's stuff and they're getting money for it. I mean, let me play my stuff.
Yeah.
Let everybody else play my stuff. And that's kind of where I'm at. I think that's the next step, is to become an artist.
Yeah.
Instead of DJ Tanastadi, maybe just Tanastadi.
Yeah.
And then
How'd you get that name?
so, I mean, I went through so many names. I was going to be like Rice Cube, man. Like, I didn't know. I was in high school, and
On that note, Yolo Podcast, you're the epitome of YOLO. I'm excited to have had you on. And
oh,
just see
thank
where
you. I
you're
had
at.
so much fun, for sure. I mean, I've always wanted to be actually on it. And, I've been just so busy, so it's always hard to connect and get the times right. And when you hit me up, you were like, last minute, I don't care. This last minute works. Where do I go? Send me the address. I'm going.
Because I said, I go, hey, do you want to be on the podcast? You go, sure. I was like, tomorrow?
And I was like, ... I was like, tomorrow works. What time?
Perfect.
I'm gonna go because I'm in town. I can get a sitter, and I don't have to work till nighttime. Let's do it.
Hi, my name is Lori, and I have invested in Yolo Rum because it is powered by the people. Why is the rum gone? YOLO!
Lori Johnson, thank you very much for that shout out. You rock. Thank you very much for your support. We appreciate it. We're putting a bunch of things to be in communication with our people all of the time, so it's really exciting to get these shout outs and to see people involved in our company. So thank you.
Yeah, if you want to send those shout outs, send them to info@yolorum.com. But that's it for the podcast this week. Make sure you come back next week. We'll have more celebrity drops, more interviews, and more rum.
That's what I'm here for. Where's my glass?
Yeah, we need to get you a glass
Yeah,
right now.
exactly.
You can't drink out of the bottle. It's unsophisticated.
Oh, I can't?
Oh, well, I guess if you want to. YOLO.
YOLO.